what it is. CampingGearTV.com, and we are coming at you again. I am Josh.
I'm Ben.
And today we're looking at a product that is always one of Gary's favorites. Boots.
Boots. Yep. And one of my favorites too, not going to lie, I feel like I'm a bit of a shoe whore. So am I allowed to use that word on this show?
You are.
Whore? All right.
Yep, you can say that.
So that's how I feel like I am. I like collecting shoes and boots, especially in the outdoor arena. It just makes me feel a little more manly, more comfortable within myself.
You're a collector.
I feel that way, yeah. I think
Okay.
if I had $1 million, lying around the house, I could easily see myself with 200 pairs of shoes.
Antiques.
Some
antiques.
Some new stuff, some stuff for outdoors, some stuff for fashion.
Yeah.
So, but in that collection, I would definitely have a few pairs of boots, and one of the ones that you might see me have are these guys here. This is from a company called Danner, real big boot company.
Yeah.
And a really, really nice boot for a couple reasons that we're going to get into here.
Yeah.
This boot is, the name of this boot is actually just the 453 is what it's called, at least to my knowledge. GTX, which for all us outdoors people usually stands for Gore-Tex, and in this case that's correct. Dark tan hiking boot. So they have a light tan, version of this as well. So,
yeah.
But if maybe from far away, with this color, it kind of looks like a traditional tan hiking boot, but there's actually a lot of stitching on the side of the boot.
Right.
The back kind of adding, a little bit more of an updated design, but still gives a traditional look. I think we run into a lot of boots and shoes these days that look like they're, for somebody from the future or something like that, where it's got all these bells and whistles and rocket launchers on them and stuff, and I enjoy the rocket launchers, don't get me wrong, but sometimes the traditional looking shoe is something that's preferable for people in the outdoors, and this kind of does it with a little more updated look.
Yeah, the first impression I get with this boot is, the Gore-Tex is nice because it's going to hold up in the conditions really well and keep your feet really dry. It's got real nice cushioning on the sole, especially on the back 2/3. Not as much cushion up front, but then once you get to about here and back on the sole, there's a lot of cushioning in there, more than I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, I think the boot itself is a real comfortable wear. I've had these for past I don't know, it's been a couple months since we've had them. And you are correct. There is a pad in the back for your heel that gives extra comfort. This extra bubble pad.
It's nice.
You've probably seen me wearing these on a bunch of episodes actually.
Yeah.
But the first point is, yes, the Gore-Tex, and for those not familiar with it, it's a fabric that a lot of boot companies and shoe companies are using. A lot of shoes that we reviewed, the Vask has used it.
Yes.
The AT Plus by Montrail has used it, and basically it provides a real breathable package for your foot and still keeps the shoe waterproof. I mean, honestly,
did you know that Gore-Tex is made from turtle doves?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I think they're starting to incorporate some other products into making the Gore-Tex, but
like baked beans.
Yeah, I think that how Coca-Cola used to have cocaine in it.
I've heard that.
And Gore-Tex, I think, used to use turtle doves, but are starting to get away from it a little more. At least that's what I've been reading. So I could be wrong, and
that would make sense.
They could just be saying that to appease the crowd, but still sneaking it in, because it's their secret ingredient, I think.
Right.
So for me, when I'm looking at a boot, if it doesn't have some sort of waterproofing system and can hold up against the elements, I kind of am just going to brush it off. I think Gore-Tex is probably the best, actually.
Oh yeah, I mean it's the standard. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. So the fact that Danner's utilized it here in this boot is really solid. It shows that they really, really care about making a really good boot.
Yeah, if you're serious about doing a lot of hiking or backpacking, Gore-Tex is almost a must-have.
Right.
I mean, a boot without it.
There are some boots that have their own waterproofing system that are really, really good. I think
that's a good point.
Gore-Tex seems to always be on what I
Right.
like to see as the best.
Right.
And actually, not only do we feel that way, but Backpacker Magazine gave this shoe a Best Buy rating as well.
Well, yeah, I mean it's a really solid boot at a good price, so
Right.
I can Best Buy makes sense.
Yeah,
What do you think about the lugs and the sole on this bad boy?
Okay, so for the sole, real quick, you were talking about good for the price. Just to clarify, so we can start with this. This is $160 on Danner's website.
160.
Yep. If you get your internet search on, your Google search, you can find
Which
this
is-
for $130 to $150, and I think that's
Yeah.
a very competitive price for this boot.
I think at the 130 price point, you got a nice buy. Here.
Right. So the sole that we have on here is something they call the TFX,
Oh.
or the TerraForce X sole.
Cool.
Basically, most
Patent
companies.
pending.
Yeah, patent pending. Most
Yeah.
companies, have their own sort of technology that they use to kind of create the best sole. And so this is Danner's version of it. And obviously they tout, higher
Right.
traction, better stability, it's going to last longer. And certainly you kind of feel that with this boot. It does have good traction, okay? It can definitely hold you up when you're on some steeper and rougher terrains.
Yeah.
The overall boot support itself as well, will keep your ankle from shifting, does provide nice support. So, but the sole is definitely nice. Some people have asked for us to show like more flexibility with the boot, how flexible this
Yeah.
one is. This is a heavy hiking boot, so I don't expect a shoe like this to be like super flexible.
It's
more
not bending, but
yeah, it's sturdy.
these things right out of the box typically aren't going to bend in half
Right.
either, which
And-
you wouldn't want.
And see, that's another thing we point out every time that we're testing a shoe is just because, we get on this show, if we review a tent and the tent is good, chances are the tent's going to be good for everybody. If it blocks the water for us, it blocks the water for everybody.
Yeah.
But a shoe is something that's different because, each person's foot, each person's calf, it's unique to them, and sometimes it's hit or miss whether the shoe truly
Yeah.
works for you. As far as quality goes, Danner's hitting home runs here the whole way around. There's tons of, on the boot itself, there's multiple areas of stitching. The sole is super thick like we just described. There's a toe cap up front. This is usually where the boot wears out the most or the quickest. So they put an extra cap on the front to protect from wear and tear here. So quality-wise, it's really, really good. And like we were pointing out before,
It's nice.
the cushioning on the inside, there's been extra cushioning provided. So it's definitely worth giving a shot to see if it works for you. If this is a good boot for you to get married to while you're out and about in the outdoors.
What I like about it is that it's got this kind of funky like smell, almost like a dog fart. You've been wearing these, I can tell.
Yeah,
And
mixed with orange chicken sort of
I
deal.
get a little bit of orange chicken. I like it. It's nice. You got it. It's a good stinky feet smell.
Yeah.
Now, I know not all of them will come with Ben's stinky feet smell,
No,
but
no.
if you would get a hold of these, you'd be in for a treat.
Yeah, so overall, let me see if I have anything else in my notes here that I'd like to discuss. We talked about, Backpacker Magazine again, rating it a
Yep.
Best Buy, which, they're a solid publication. I don't think they're as renowned as we are,
No.
but few are. So.
I mean, honestly, I've heard some people say that they're a bunch of bitches.
Oh, Backpacker Magazine?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're trying to move in on our territory.
Yeah.
Well, that very well could be. We might have just really shot ourselves in the foot there, but
No, nobody said that.
we're gonna go for it anyway.
I like Backpacker Magazine. That's like at the top of my list.
I read it frequently. They
Yeah.
have a lot of good stuff in there.
Yep.
So, anyways, we'll obviously have a link to their site, Danner. If you go there, I mean, they've got a section of boots that's a mile long.
Remember when they had that one character on Full House, Danny Danner?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what these are named after.
The boot company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny Danner.
I think it was Tanner,
Oh.
right? Like DJ and Stephanie Tanner,
Oh, all right.
Danny Tanner. You're talking about.
I thought it was Danny Danner.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Maybe it was Tanny Danner.
Maybe.
I think that is what it was. What it was. But anyways, full house. You know, really, really great show. Danner boot, really, really solid boot.
Yeah.
Definitely make it over to their website and check it out. Like I was just saying, they got a selection of boots that is just, you know, a mile long. Tons of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, low cut profile, mid cut profile, high cut profiles. You know, so they got boots for pretty much
All sorts of stuff.
Yeah, every occasion over there. Really, really good stuff.
I like Danner. I think it's a cool company.
Yeah, they have. I was looking at some other boots, and I was wishing they sent us like 5 other pairs, you know, to satisfy my shoehornness.
Collector.
Right, exactly. So we'll put these in the trophy case, and they'll definitely get some use in the outdoors. Yeah. And if you think they're right for you, definitely go check them out. But I think that is going to be all for our review today. Don't cry though, we will have more episodes coming up down the road, and in case the episodes are not enough to get your fix on, make sure you're following us on Twitter.
Yep.
Okay, twitter.com/campinggeartv and facebook.com/campinggeartv, where we provide interesting little tidbits throughout the week. And I'm trying to think if there's anywhere else you can really follow us. You know,
iTunes,
YouTube. You know, keep watching videos, leave comments. We'll be happy to answer questions or interact with anybody or make fun of us.
Yeah.
You know, we always enjoy that as well. So, but until then, he's Josh, I'm Ben, and we are CampingGearTV.com.